Podcast, baby.
Episode 5.
We haven't done a podcast a session just us since we started, right?
Yeah.
We've just had people involved.
Yeah. Yeah, and we started, I think we did the first one in Jan, right?
Mate, has it been that long?
Yeah.
It's been that long.
Even I had a look at the calendar just then. I haven't seen you since we did the Joe episode, which was mid-April. It's been 2 months, man.
Nah. April, May, June.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
We
Was that the last time
it in
we
April,
sat
put it
down?
out. Yeah.
Dude.
So a lot to catch up on.
We haven't, just so everyone knows, we haven't talked as we walked through the building because we wanted to get everything, hey, how are
capture
you?
the whole
We don't
thing.
want to, because usually we'll have like a 10-minute conversation to start and you got a ladybird on you.
Oh, hey, buddy.
Mate, look at that.
That's beautiful. I'm vegan, so I'm going to try and say
So we have got a guest on the podcast today.
Little Leonard.
Mate, put him on the table.
Oh,
He's gone. He's dead. He's dead.
Back to...
I'm going to try not to kill him.
Back to business. Every time we
Foot
do this,
straight on.
I think it's because we're facing each other. I feel like we're on that show where you have to try and not laugh. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Last
Is it
laugh.
an American one? No, is it Radio 1, but they have other guests on? I'm sure he's fine. Yeah. They are fine. She is fine.
Yeah.
They are all right.
Yeah. But yeah, usually...
2 months.
As well. Yeah, 2 months. And usually we would have a catch-up and then start filming
recording.
and then re-catch up, but we've
And
not
then one of
caught
us will go, oh, no, you can't stop it.
Yeah,
Stop
yeah.
asking me how I am.
Yeah.
I want to say this to the podcast. How are you?
I'm great, man. I'm great. I've had...
Are you famous?
No.
That is a longer and it's a question mark of a no. So during your trips, do you want to tell us what's happened the last couple of months? Like you went to Japan?
Yeah, I think that's why there was the hesitation, because out there, I'm treated so well. It's like I'm a big artist.
Mental. That's
And
wicked though.
Yeah, and it feels like I'm a little bit famous in Japan.
Is your-
tiny bit?
Because you can check your like Spotify
Yeah.
statistics and stuff. Does it say that?
Ooh, lovely cup of tea, by the way.
Right, it's good. Oh, so it's a flavored one. It's a
Yeah.
biscuit flavored tea.
Oh yeah, I've had these before. They
Right,
slap.
so good.
Yeah,
man, so good.
biscuit teas if you want to sponsor us.
Boom. Oh yeah, please. Like I've got a packet at home and a packet at work. I'm loving them. So
Yeah,
please
but
sponsor
that's
us.
all he can afford. So if and he needs some more biscuit tea, man.
I've got other places that I go, so I need tea there as well. So
Yeah.
if you don't mind sponsoring us, that'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Is your following bigger over there from what you can see on Spotify and the different apps that you use? Or
I think so. Yeah, I think it's
or is it the
recently
culture
overtaken.
of them, like more people listen to you in the UK, but because maybe it seems like you're so far away in Japan, you're more exciting when they see you.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, they really
Yeah?
really love UK soul, jazz, hip hop. Like they love Tom Misch, for example. Absolutely love him.
Boom.
And we're in
Big up Tom
similar-ish lanes. Yeah, big up Tom. Hope you're getting good, buddy. I don't know him. I bumped into him in a pub once.
I bumped into a pub once as well. He's
No,
really
I bumped
tall.
into him in a pub twice.
He's really tall.
Yeah, he was sat down when we met. So
Oh, well, I didn't meet them, but I saw them from across the room, him and Laurel Kana.
right,
Tall motherfuckers.
there you go. Fun fact for you there.
There you go. Yeah, so carry on, sorry.
Yeah, so yeah, they really love UK soul, jazz, hip hop, whatever you want to call it. And I do think you're right. They really, really appreciate when people go over there. And it's just this like crazy experience for me. Like the shows were like the best shows of my life. Like I think I was really happy with the
Break
set
it down,
list.
break it down. Right, so how long were you there for? When did you fly? When did you come back? How was the fly there? Take us through the story.
All right, so we flew on Friday morning. Not
Last
the
Friday?
Yeah, the one before last.
Okay, yeah.
Got there. Flight was lovely. I had a direct flight with
Was it just you?
with my wife, Bobby.
Oh, to Bob's.
Yeah, so I managed to take Bob's. It's actually really, really
Go on,
helpful because basically I took her there to like last year when we did a show to just, I kind of like put her down as videographer, photographer,
Yeah.
which is not something she has experience in. But yeah, just really, I really wanted to come on and actually having someone separate to myself there with a camera, just going
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
It's invaluable.
Yeah.
So she was up for doing the same again. It's obviously amazing. I get to go out with her and stuff. So
That's so cool.
we went out just us two, and we had Saturday to kind of get used to the time difference, which we did not. And then Sunday,
What
I
is
had
the time difference?
Oh, it's crazy! It's like 7 hours ahead.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So basically, yeah, it got to like midnight basically I was knackered every day until it got to nighttime, and then nighttime my body would feel like it was the daytime.
Yeah.
Then I'd be wide awake until like 3 a.m. and then just do the same again. So that was a bit rough, but I can't complain because I was in Japan living the dream.
But still, it's hard.
Yeah, it takes a bit of getting used to.
No.
And then Sunday had a DJ set where I was doing some live NPC stuff, which was cool as well. That was at Blue Note Place, which is a sister venue of Blue Note Tokyo.
Yeah.
That was really cool because I played. There was a Japanese artist who I worked with called Jinu, who we've never performed together, so that was cool. And there's another Japanese guitarist called Toshiki Soijima and his wife Nahoki Mama. We've got an EP together.
Nahoki Mama.
Nahoki Mama. It's a great name, isn't it?
Sick name.
Yeah, Nahoki Mama.
Nahoki Mama. That's fun to say.
And they that was great because I'd never met them, even though we got an EP together. So we met for the first time, did this live performance together. It was really special. And then we all did The Way Things Were together at the end, which was cool.
Oh, beautiful.
A lot of fun.
Man.
And then Monday I had like a press promo day, which like I've never done as an artist really before. Here I don't think it's as much.
Yeah,
of
like
a
a
thing.
whole day.
Yeah, it reminded me of like when I was with Addy Suleiman back in the day, and he was with a major, and we would go and do all this stuff, a radio thing here and like an interview there, and do you know all this kind of stuff that you do when you're with a major? It was that kind of vibe that
Local radio show if you're trying to sell out a gig in that local hometown and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly, old school stuff. But that was cool. We did like a vinyl record store visit in the morning where they gave me like a budget, and then you have to choose an amount of records within that, and you talk about why you chose them.
What did you choose? Or has the episode not come out yet?
It's only coming out in like September, so people will forget.
Sound. What did you choose?
I did Earth, Wind and Fire.
Banger.
There was a Stevie Wonder album.
Banger.
Yakul, which is my friend James's band.
Of course.
That was there, and I was like,
mate,
what
had
the
to be
heck?
done. Pick that up. Yakul's sick.
There was
He's
one
blowing up on social media.
Yeah, he's doing bits. We'll
He's
get him on.
famous.
Yeah, we'll get him on. Well,
Bloody
we'll find out if he is yet or
If
not.
he is or not, we'll find out.
Episode 6. I chose one that was like looked really cool. It was just like a Japanese art. It looked cool. I later found out in a taxi on the way home that it's just a person speaking Japanese. It's actually a audio book, like a comedy audio book.
Oh,
so
sick.
there's no music in that.
Sample
which
it,
is a
though.
shame. But yeah, maybe. And then the last one, which is like I could not believe I saw out there, was a recipe for tasty donuts. I think it's called. Where basically, I don't know if you know this Jay Dilla album, Donuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the
Donuts,
album, The Donuts.
Yeah. Wait, which tracks are on there? You got
Only one can win. Only one can win. Oh baby.
no idea what you just did. Absolutely no idea.
That's the first one that popped into my head. But it's got big ones on there.
Yeah, I can't think. Like, ones were common and stuff. No,
it's all instrumental. It's just
all
beats.
instrumental, but then people remix that.
Yeah. Bunch of
Okay.
people.
Okay, yeah, cool. So carry on.
But basically, there's.
Only one can win. Yeah.
You do know it.
No, I was just trying to figure it out.
You arsehole. Are you mocking me right now?
I wasn't mocking. I wasn't. Yes, I was. No, I wasn't.
I'm gonna put it in underneath this so everyone's like, oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Donuts.
Yeah.
And then.
Yeah, well, that was the last one. But basically, it wasn't donuts. It was called A Recipe for Tasty Donuts. And what it is, it's like a compilation album of all the tracks that Jay Dilla sampled on Donuts. I used to have like an MP3 version of it when I was in Liverpool, like a legal download.
Mate, that's so sick.
And it's class because you can hear, like a lot of them he's not done that much with, but it's just more the track itself is class.
But I guess that's really interesting because we listen to the sample bit first.
Yeah.
Like the
other
sample,
way round.
blah, blah, blah. And then we go back to the song and we're like, how? And it's nice to try and get in the mind of Jay Dilla and go,
Definitely.
what did he hear to then move to this? I bet that's really interesting.
That's it. And yeah, a lot of time it will be like a random, like, accidental sound in verse 2, and that is like the whole beat. Do you know what I mean?
Mate,
He's
so
like, you can
dope,
tell
man.
he's just like scoured so much music.
So dope.
Class. But yeah, that was in the morning. And then I had a live radio thing around midday, which was like an interview.
So you really did feel famous?
Yeah, it was bonkers,
It was like
man.
fucking sick.
Yeah.
It sounds dope.
Got like down to everything, like the way we were treated, like I said, and just like, getting driven around everywhere. Like it really was like put up in a hotel. It's crazy, man. Really crazy. The best treatment I've ever had as an artist, for sure, like by a long way. And then the shows were Tuesday, Wednesday, which was sick. What else did we do on Monday? Oh, and I did a record store signing on the Monday.
Dude,
like, just all this stuff that's like, you don't really
which
do
is
that
like
anymore.
Yeah.
All you do if
Especially-
you're massive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no like it doesn't feel like there's an in between.
No, there really isn't. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
either like on your own promoting. Your promotion is social media, as we've touched on a lot,
Yeah.
and you're just slamming reels and you're going out with the videographer.
You don't get any money,
Yes.
even from the headline shows that you do. You don't make anything because the agent takes most of it.
Exactly.
And then suddenly you're playing at Reading Festival.
Yeah.
And everyone knows your name because you went viral and you got like a massive slot on Radio 1 or something.
That's it.
And then
you probably got the team, and then you're doing the other bits and bobs.
And then you got the team because and it all moves so fast.
Yeah.
And then you start not just getting money, but then you start to get free stuff.
Yeah. And
Like,
you start
that's the-
needing money because you're getting all this free
Well,
stuff.
that's what I mean. That's the crazy bit to me. It's like now you have
Yeah.
money, you don't need to spend anything because you're getting all these endorsements and stuff
Exactly.
anyway from clothes and stuff. Mate, that sounds wicked though.
Crazy. Yeah, honestly, it's like best week of my life. And I said this last year.
Mate.
But like, yeah, just
Come
to be,
on.
because it's such a sick place to visit as well. And
I've
then
always
to
wanted
have
to
that.
go.
Oh, mate, yeah, I can't recommend it highly enough.
I've always wanted to go. I will do eventually.
Yeah,
But
you've got to.
yeah, man, I will do eventually.
And my favorite bit I haven't even said was we did these 2 shows on Tuesday, 2 shows on Wednesday, and on the last show on the Wednesday night, which was like it was sold out, which was awesome, and it was my birthday on the Thursday, and I kind of thought it would be cool if like it sounds really like egotistical, but I thought it would be like a nice moment if the audience sang happy birthday. But
to you.
I didn't want to be
Did
the
you
one.
ask them?
No,
to say
I
it?
didn't.
Did
I
you
didn't.
ask Bobby to go in the crowd and go, "Let's sing happy birthday"? You did.
I asked Bobby to ask Jay to ask the audience. I said to Bob,
You didn't even go straight to Jay.
no,
either.
I couldn't do it. I said to Bob, so I was like, do you reckon the guys might sort out like a happy birthday or something? She was
they
like,
all
yeah, I
know
can
now.
ask. And just kind of left it at that. And
I think that's good though.
yeah. I don't want to beg it too much, but I just thought it'd be a nice moment.
I would have done it the other way, and I would have gone straight on and be like, "It's my birthday."
On 3.
yeah.
Happy.
I would have gone straight in.
yeah. Fair.
That sounds a lot better though.
Yeah, no, it was good. And the joke of it all is that, unbeknownst to me, they'd organised this whole thing. So basically, they sorted out. So we went in to do the last song, right, which is the way things were on the last set. And Finney, my drummer, did the counting 2, 3, 4, and everyone's supposed to come in, right? Mm-hmm. I'm playing the chords, no one else is playing. I'm freaking out. I'm like, what's going on?
oh my
Finney's just staring at me, my drummer, and I'm like, what? And I'm fuming. I'm going over to the keys player.
Like,
I'm
let's
trying to
go,
like
let's do
talk
this.
in between playing. I don't know if you've had this problem where you're playing and trying to talk. It's really hard.
It sounds easy because we can sing and play, but it's not. It's completely different.
Yeah, so much harder. So I'm playing this. I'm going dun dun dun. Jim, what the hell's going on? Dun 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 dun. And why isn't anyone playing dun dun dun? Like seriously,
Oh my
dun,
God,
dun,
what's
dun,
happening?
dun, dun, like just in the gaps. And Jim, to be credit to
Guys,
him,
please don't.
guys, please, for God's sake, please, someone come in a second. Dun, 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 dun. And Jim, credit to him, was just like looking around like I don't know what's going on. Then Jay says on the mic. A lot of you might not know this, but it's this man's birthday tomorrow. And then I was like, oh, okay, cool. So then I was like, then I stopped playing and was like, all right, cool, I get it now. And Jay says, turn around. I turn around. 2 of the staff members are bringing on a tray with a cake on it, with candles lit that Bobby had like gone and got the day before. It's like a vegan specific cake. And these guys were like kneeling down and like holding this cake in front of me. And
Mate.
Jay got the whole audience to sing happy birthday. And I was just like,
They smashed that, eh?
yeah, it was crazy, man.
They smashed that.
It was so good, and they've been organising it for weeks and stuff. And that in that moment, I was just like a bit overwhelmed, to be honest. But it was really, really touching.
Mate, a similar thing happened to me when it was we played my headline show and we just hit 1 million plays on Spotify and Craving, and it was like my first
sick.
million streams for one song, and it was also my birthday. And I remember it came to like one of the last songs as well.
Yeah.
And then I think it happened in a similar way. I was like, oh, okay, cool, let's do this. And Tanya just came on stage, and I was like, Tanya, I know you want to, but can you, please, just leave that.
Let me have my moment.
Yeah. It's just about me. And they brought on a cake. And
Oh,
stuff,
mate,
and
same
everyone sang.
thing.
Yeah, it was.
Sick.
Yeah, it was. It
Stays with you, right?
Oh, mate, it was such a special moment.
Yeah.
I cried
Oh, bless you.
because my nan was there, my mom was there, and then like it felt like a really built up moment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then
I can imagine.
people that are closest to you and all those people that have listened to the song and bought tickets to support what you want to achieve.
Yeah.
And, you know, love what you're doing and all the heart that you put into it. And then, everyone just goes, we love you. And that's fucking cool.
Sings a song to you. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man, that is really cool.
That's so sick, man. But anyways, I feel like I've been talking.
But anyway.
Yeah, moving on. Well, no, I feel
Where's
like
the next million
Yeah,
plays?
yeah, come on.
Still only got 10p. Didn't make anything from the show.
yeah, that's the life. It's the life we lead.
Mate, yeah.
But I want to, I feel like I've been talking for like 10 minutes.
Well,
So
most going to Japan and having the best week of your life and feeling famous, I feel like that's what this podcast is about. So we can definitely talk about that week more. On my side, all just been prepping for baby.
Yeah.
I bought a cot.
Nice.
Nothing
expensive.
It wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
We watched a lot of YouTube reviews.
Yeah.
I have been writing music here and there.
Yeah.
Here and there. And I was actually, you know what? I was actually a little bit scared to come in today and kind of like, because I know you went on the Japan trip and that's really, really exciting. But for me to go, well, actually, I haven't been doing that much, but that's okay. That's
part of the show.
I'm still a musician and I've been doing lots of, cover gigs and exciting gigs in that way, which is amazing, I still get to scratch the itch of being on stage, which I love to do. That's my main thing is I love connecting with people while I'm on stage.
Yeah,
and
which you do very well as well.
Thank you. Be that doing the music that I've already written or the music that other people have written, I still get to connect with people, which I'm really excited. But the main thing on my mind has been, I've never gone through having the journey of having a baby.
Yeah, that's
obviously.
a new one.
That's definitely a new one. How will I fit music? Because I want to release an album and I've gotten a little band together to write songs and kind of release this live kind of feeling album. And also I'm writing Zach Said acoustic kind of back in the day stuff, which I've written like 4 or 5 songs now, which is really exciting.
That's an EP right there.
Yeah. So I want to record that. How will I fit in doing all that with a baby? Will it help? Lord Khan's done it. He's just released an album.
Yeah. Some of his best stuff.
Yeah. But I guess when you're established, it's a little bit easier. Or is it? Who knows? I still need to keep this job.
Yeah.
But then also try and find time to do the music. So I'm excited for the journey.
Yeah.
I'm terrified.
Yeah.
Not terrified.
No,
I'm
but it's scary, right?
Yeah. Because I still want to be able to do it. And I hate the fact that in like, I don't know, 20 years or 30 years, I'd look back and be like, oh, I never, I'm going to release that album next year. I'll do it next year. I'll do it next year.
Yeah.
So that's why I want to keep meeting up and having these conversations because number one, it's really interesting to kind of figure out how I'm going to do it.
Yeah, man. What about number 2?
I didn't have another 2.
Oh.
I was like, that's why I took such a big pause because I was like,
I need a
hold
number
on.
2 here.
No, I was like, why did I say number 1? I'm pretty sure I just
I've only
have
got
one
one
in my
thing to
head.
say. I'm loving this, by the way. I feel like this is like I'm getting like a Zach 2.0. Like
really?
you look a bit like more mature. It's like
boom, I did my
maybe
hair.
it's no hat. It's the hair. It's the like kind of very stylish top. Have you been gymming? Like there's a bit of something there.
I'd been gymming a little bit.
Yeah,
been gymming a little bit. Oh, someone's going to come in.
Could be our unexpected guest.
Yeah,
how good would that be?
Unexpected guest.
Surprise.
Oh no, it's Josh. Sorry. It could be our unexpected guest.
Yeah,
it's okay. But yes, mate, all good.
But yeah, you're looking well. Is that like have you made a conscious decision, or do you just I just happen to catch you wearing a different outfit?
I've been trying to stay as healthy as I can recently. My main goal right now is just to be. If I have a healthy body now, that means when I do have the baby, then I can fall into a little bit of comfort.
Then you can get the dad bod. Yeah.
I can get the dad bod.
Yeah.
So I was like, while I've got the time now, I'm going to try and push as much as I can. But also it just it helps my mental because I know you do. I know you do running.
Yeah.
And I just feel like I need to get my heart rate elevated so I stop overthinking in my head.
Right.
That's the only time that I don't get to think.
Yeah.
So it's kind of the only thing I'm thinking about is, oh my God, I got 10 more minutes of this.
Yeah.
Why did I do this?
Yeah. Why did Ed say this was fun? This is not fun. Yeah.
So I got a couple of runs coming up as well, which is exciting.
Nice.
But, mate, all good.
Nice, man. I think, do you know what? It's funny, the pregnancy thing is almost as if we planned it because I do think that's going to be really interesting to track. Because obviously, I mean, part of the whole thing is just being honest about the struggles of, being an artist and being in music and in the different ways in which we are. And this is going to be a real, like, a big change.
Yeah,
and an
I won't be able
one
to just
navigate.
pick up the guitar and start playing or go to a gig or, get a little bit baked and then be a little bit bored and go, oh, actually, I'll pick up the guitar and start writing something.
Exactly.
But at the same time, I feel like the time that I will have will be so precious because I won't get too much time.
Definitely.
That I'll be like, well, I'm going to put this to good use.
Yeah, man.
Like, cool, I'm going to pick up the guitar and do it, and I'll itch more for it.
Yeah, for sure.
But you never know what's going to happen, man.
No, you don't. But I could see a world as well in which like everything that's going on is like really inspiring because I feel like as a writer, you get inspired by stuff that happens in your life, whether it's good or bad. And this is a huge thing that's going to happen in your life. And I'm sure it's going to yield.
You didn't put a good or bad on it.
It's going to yield some bangers.
I can see you go good. It was like, well, we don't know yet.
No.
Yeah, mate, 100%.
Yeah. But I think I just feel like it's going to be, it's going to yield some bangers, I think. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I've been doing music for the last like 12, 14 years, and I think it's so ingrained into who I am and what I want to be. And the time that I don't do music, or I go on a week holiday and I don't get to perform live on stage and connect with people in that kind of way, is then I kind of not lose who I am, but I get put back into who I am once I go on stage, and I go, oh, I can see, everything makes sense again.
100%. Yeah, I see like doing shows and putting songs out as like fuel, like as an artist. You know, putting songs out and getting that message of someone saying, "Man, this song's amazing," or "Help me for this," or doing a show and seeing someone, especially like wherever it is, or this side of the world, or even in London, seeing someone like that far from you, just like screaming your lyrics back at you.
It's just
like,
mental,
oh, wow,
man.
this is actually sick.
Yeah. I actually played a cover show recently where, just jamming in a bar and, this person came up and was like, "Oh, can you sing Craven?" I was like, "Oh,
yes,
100% I will. I've already sung it once, but I'll sing it 2 more times for you." Because anyone who wants to listen to my own music, man, 100% I'm going to play music. That's really, really cool to know that it is. And you still go on Spotify and stuff, and people are still whacking out the tunes and stuff, and it's just, it's really cool to be on this. Yeah, it's dope, man.
Yeah.
Fucking sick. But yeah, got some bangers in the vault.
I'm sure, man.
And it's been really nice to take a step back and not be so stressed about releasing that next record. And it's okay. I can take as much time as I like, and that's completely fine. And kind of having not a new view, but the old view that I used to, when there wasn't pressure from the label and blah, 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 that kind of stuff. But have you got any projects on there?
Yeah, it's funny you say that, because I feel, and I don't know, it's more because I don't have necessarily pressure from a label, and partly it is just that I want to, but like I kind of feel almost the opposite in terms of music releasing and stuff, where I feel like it's a little bit like hamster cage.
So that's really interesting, because we're in that 2 different parts now, right?
Yeah, because I feel like I just need to be, I mean, I have the next thing lined up, which I'll talk about in a sec, but like I feel like internally I'm like, oh my God, I have to be working on the next thing. Like even though as soon as Archives, this 18-track mixtape was finished-ish in Jan, straight away I was like, well, what's the next thing?
Yeah.
I don't feel like, and it's
but
important.
As you said, it's fuel.
Yeah, it is fuel. It is fuel. And also for me, it's like, I can't help but shift the feeling of like the financial side of it, where like, so basically if I know that if I don't release, unless a random track from my catalog gets picked up, and the catalog stuff ticks along nicely, but I just see the monthly listens and the streams just gradually drop and drop and drop and drop and drop the longer I go without releasing, which is fine. That's natural. But I think the way Spotify is set up, it's so, the first thing you see is that underneath the artist name is the number. And it's so like number facing, and then now it's on and then you see how many plays each song's got. And do you know what I mean? It's very like, makes you think a bit like that. And I do feel a bit like that with releasing and stuff like that. And, I could just not do anything for a while, but I know that they're just going to dip, and I don't want that.
But that's the fuel. That's what's needed.
Yeah.
Like, and I feel like that's the momentum that keeps you going as well.
Yeah.
You have really, I think I've said it every single episode, but you have incredible work ethic where you can go, cool, I've got today 9 till 6.
Yeah.
I'm going to do stuff 9 till 6. I'm going to be, regardless of how creative that is or what it is, I'm just going to try and put pen to paper or open up a new Logic file and just keep going.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. But it does feel a bit like, not like what you said. I don't feel like I can take that much time. Or I can. I know I can. But I also feel like I'll just start to lose money and lose streams.
Yeah, well, we don't have like, I don't know how Frank Ocean has done it.
Yeah.
Or like D'Angelo every 10 years release an album. We don't have the luxury of
No, we're not
doing
getting those
that.
numbers.
Not yet.
But to be honest, even if I was in their position where I could take years off, I know I wouldn't. I don't want to go years without releasing music.
Yeah,
like,
I
ever
hear you.
really. But I think that's just my nature.
But so, because we've had this conversation with like different artists, but I think an interesting question is plan A or plan B for music. So that idea of you need to put everything into it, or you're just not going to get there because you won't have the fuel and the momentum to get to that place that you need to be financially stable with music, or to go, cool, you can have a stable income part-time with another job to allow you to be able to do music on the side.
Yeah.
And it's that interesting question of going, well, if I go head in first and I don't have the money, then I'd need to make money with music to pay the rent for next month.
Yeah.
But then does that sacrifice your creativity and your kind of like your love towards this art?
Yeah, definitely.
So it's a difficult one, but I don't think it's a yes or no answer.
No.
I think it's just...
For sure. You got to do it. Yeah, you want to make sure that the time at which you rely solely on your art, your music for income, you're in a position where you're able to do that comfortably and not feel this pressure. Otherwise,
Do you think you've gotten better with that over time? Do you think that's a skill that you had to develop?
Yeah, definitely. I think I've said before, like on the podcast, that like a year before I kind of quit teaching, which was the last thing I was doing outside of, the Ed Plus stuff. I wanted to quit teaching and because stuff was going all right. And also Bobby wanted to quit her job, and I was like, I want to quit my job.
Yeah, I'm going.
Yeah, let's both do it.
Yeah,
I just got excited about it, and then my manager at the time was like, I don't think you should. You should wait another year. It's too early, and I'm really grateful that he said that because it was too early, and I think that would have put too much pressure on it. And I think by the time that I did eventually stop teaching, the teaching had reduced it so much that it wasn't really making much difference,
Yeah, I got you. So it was kind of like a work in progress as you kind of got there.
Yeah, definitely. It just takes time, man.
It just takes time. I wouldn't suggest anyone, if you're 16, just to dive in. Well, it might be good for you.
Yeah, might work. If you can live at home and not pay rent,
Then fantastic.
Just spend all your time making tunes, ideal.
Yeah,
I'll definitely do
happy
that.
days.
Yeah.
I was more of the artist where, well, I am the artist. I keep talking about it like I'm.
Yeah, you're still an artist, baby.
I'm still an artist. I know. But I'm the type of artist where I can go. I can't be so consistent. So when I used to have sessions, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Yeah.
Some of the days I'll just be. I wouldn't know what to do creatively.
Yeah, that's a lot.
And I felt bad on the producers and stuff that I did have sessions with, because I didn't want to waste their time. And especially for your producer, you understand, I'm a producer, that when people book in time with you, they don't always pay for that session.
Yeah.
Well, usually the case, they don't pay for
Yeah,
the
the early
session.
ones, it'll just be free for both
So
of you.
when you're hiring a space or a studio, then that's money just going down the drain. You're trying to invest this time into this new artist that's coming through to give them time and space to be able to write a song within your space that you pay for. So
That's it.
Like for me to go into a studio and not make the best of that moment,
Yeah.
I felt kind of bad. But I feel like I only realized that going on later in my 20s.
Yeah.
Because at the start, you're just like, oh, sick. Oh, it's a studio.
Yeah. And you don't really maybe feel like, I mean, you tell me, maybe you didn't really feel like you were in a position where you could go, do you know what? I'm feeling a bit burnt out creatively. I don't have this. Maybe you were just young and hungry and were just like, well, this is booked in, so like I have to do it.
Yeah,
I
think so.
Yeah.
I think so. And I still think I say yes to a lot of opportunities that would put me in an awkward situation or that I'm scared to do, because I feel like those are the situations that you learn the most in.
Yeah.
So even if someone said, oh yeah, we got a studio session tonight and I'm knackered, I'll be like, well, I'm definitely coming.
Yeah.
Because like I might not get the opportunity again like tomorrow night. So
That's true. Bit of both, isn't it?
But it depends on the time that you're at, right?
Yeah.
It depends on the time that you're at and kind of the artist that you are.
Definitely, man.
But yeah, what I would say is I'm not the person to write a good song every day.
Yeah.
I'm the person that would wake up at 1 o'clock and then come up with like, I'm like, oh my God, I got this idea.
Yeah.
Most of my ideas come in the shower.
Really?
Yeah. When I haven't got someplace to write or like voice record.
Yeah.
Then
That's when you get.
That's when
it
I
comes.
get the best moments. Yeah, because my brain's like, oh,
Yeah.
What about this? What about this?
Yeah.
And you don't think I need to record something. I need to write this down right now. Like I don't need to write a song right now. You're just living in the moment and just having fun with stuff.
Totally. Have you ever had any that have come to you where you've been like, oh my God, this is so sick, but then like you've forgotten to write it down or record it and they've just been lost?
Yes.
Really?
Yes, man.
Oh,
and
no.
It's so annoying. And it'll happen when I'm on a walk or something and I'll come up with this little thing. You're like, oh, yeah, that's sick. And you'll be like, I need to remember that. And then something happens or you get a call and then you'll go, and you'll try. And I've tried to like reconstruct it when I get home.
Yeah.
But I can like write kind of what I do now is I try and place chords to the melody that I've got in my head.
Okay.
So I try and map it out in my brain so that I don't forget it.
That's amazing.
It doesn't work all the time,
Yeah.
but you know, and because usually the chords that I'm writing with are, you know, very standard chords anyway. So it's not like I'm putting an eighth in there, or even if I hear a chord that I don't really know, then it's nice to write in that way.
Yeah.
Because it used to be always picking up at a guitar and going, cool, oh, these chords are nice. I'm going to write something to that. But the way I've been writing recently is,
almost starting with
this
melodies.
melody is kind of cool. And then you try and match something to it. And I even like matching drum beats to melodies before I do the chords.
That's an interesting one, yeah.
And then instead of doing chords, what I like to do is come up with like progressions. So like single line progressions, notes on different instruments.
Okay.
That then would turn into a chord that I don't know about, but it sounds kind of nice.
That's dope, man. That sounds awesome.
That's what I did with Nothing Feels the Same.
Yeah.
And a couple of other recent ones as well.
I'll listen to that and see if I can hear your thought process.
Yeah, because if you hear it, you can kind of hear a guitar chords, but it's multiple things over the top that kind of sounds playing like different notes. But I mostly wrote I did like tapping and then a drum beat and then dun dun dun, and I was like and then I just wrote to that and then I added chords in after.
Yeah, sounds sick, man.
It's it's nice to experiment in those kind of ways.
Yeah, it's cool, isn't it, that with like making tunes, there's no like formula.
No.
There's no right or wrong. There's no set thing.
No.
Like, I have traditionally I would, in sessions start with chords and, build up a beat while they come up with melodies. And there's a way where things usually happen. But it's not necessarily the right way. It's just like the most common way. And like, sometimes an artist will come in and they've got a melody. I'm like, ooh, I love doing that. I love hearing a melody and then I'll naturally do what I would do chords wise over that, which is maybe not what they would hear. And
exactly, that's the exciting bit. That's the cool. We've spoken it before, but that's the cool bit of like working with different artists and stuff.
Yeah, the producer
But then
thing.
when you're working with yourself, you need to try and figure out a way of catching yourself off guard.
Yeah,
to go, oh wait, no, I'm not gonna use that patch that I usually use, or I'm not gonna use those same guitar chords. But then I've kind of gone full circle with it as well. I do also like to pick up the guitar and just play a C and then a G. Proper simple.
Yeah.
Back and forth, 2 chords.
Yeah.
Straight on the beat, like 4/4, and then try and just take it back to simplicity.
Yeah.
But then I suck at lyrics.
I find that hard to believe.
I don't suck at lyrics, but I find lyrics the most difficult.
Yeah.
If I didn't have to write lyrics, I think I would have released like 20 albums.
You'd be Frank Ocean, wouldn't you?
They might have not been good,
right now.
but I would have written songs a lot faster.
Yeah, I think they traditionally, in my experience, they do seem to take the longest. There's been a couple of artists that I've worked with where it's been really interesting. They've actually just sort of taken the gibberishy, nonsensy words that they've said when they've done a melody and just made words out of it.
Why do we need to write words?
So this is it. Sometimes you don't. I mean, you do need to write words, but sometimes they don't need to make sense. So I guess so people have something to sing along to, so some familiarity. Because if you were just singing sounds, people would be like, "Oh, I don't know what that is."
I have no idea what D'Angelo's singing.
True. Yeah. You could do some shit like that. That sounded great.
I feel like if you just pretend like you're singing words, I feel like that's a new thing.
Yeah,
fine.
Could be. One interesting thing for me is when I've been producing Japanese artists, which I've done a few bits of, and that's interesting because I actually have no idea what they're saying. So I have to kind of play off the emotion of the melody. You know what I mean?
Say, that's really interesting.
Yeah, and I quite enjoy that.
If they're singing really sad stuff and then you put like a hip hop soul,
yeah. But so far it's been good. It's worked out.
That's really cool.
But yeah, that's an interesting one for me where like, you know, yeah, usually you'd like be like, oh, that's a nice lyric. And you know, that, oh, that feels really sad, or I'll play into that on the production. Or if it feels quite uplifting, I'll do something like that in the production. Whereas I don't have any of that. I just have like,
but that's the cool bit about music, right? So you can so if I hear someone sing in another language, I can kind of hear from the melody or the chords that they're singing over if it's sad or not.
Yeah.
So if someone plays a minor chord, you're like, oh, that makes me feel a bit sad. If you play like a major chord, oh, that makes me feel a little bit happy.
Yeah.
But then sometimes if you play a major chord after another major chord, like a C to a G, sometimes that's not that happy.
Yeah.
But it makes you feel like sad,
Change.
comforting.
Yeah.
So then, who needs lyrics? That's the point I was trying to get to. Don't need lyrics.
Is that the conclusion?
Yeah,
No lyrics.
I think just not humming, but so people have something to make percussion lip noises to.
There you go. Do you, just when you were talking then about creating and stuff, like it actually made me feel a bit nervous, the thought of like having to write melodies like all the time. Because I think this is a large reason why I'm able to put so much music out, is because I really focus on chords and beats, and I can do that stuff, you know, till the cows come home. And
That terrifies me.
really?
Chords.
Yeah. Oh man, I love chords.
I love beats.
Yeah.
I love melodies.
For me, whenever on the odd occasion where I am just singing something over a beat I've made, I not only hate it because I don't like the sound of my voice on it, I notice myself singing the same melodies, and I'm like, fuck's sake.
Yeah.
That's why I get someone else in, and then they have a completely different background, completely different note choices, and they sing something, and I go, oh yeah, that's sick. Do you ever struggle with like when you're writing something, you think, it's just melodically this sounds like something else I've done, or not? Because I feel like I would.
Yeah. A lot of the times you write something and you go, oh, that kind of sounds different. But for me, when I'm singing or I hear someone sing, it's not just a melody, but it's their tone. It's how they pronounce a certain word. It's like their weird vibrato at the end, or the really late rhythm. So there's loads of things that you can do with a voice.
Yeah.
That's not just melody. And also, like, if you were to do just melody, dun, 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 that would be just melody. But there's so much more in that thing. But then if you go, dun, 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 there's so many different ways of singing one thing with rhythm and tone and where you place your voice. And so that's what, when I used to record with Jonas, like all the songs that I wrote with him and we released, like Craving, or even the first song that we did, like Screw Loose, he'd get me to sing in different ways. Yeah. So smiling while you sing, or frowning, or singing from here, or a little bit more head voice like this. Like And you'd get like different tones. So the one thing that I love doing is singing the same line over and over again. Yeah. Singing them in different ways and then placing them on top of each other. Because then you can get this like really cool effect where it sounds like me because my accent's the same, but then the tone and the air is...
And it's almost like a gang vocal thing, but it's all you, right?
Yeah. But it's the same as guitar. You can play a single note in so many different ways.
True.
And it's not... That's what makes music is the human approach to it, is the faults in what you do. Because I'm not the best singer in the world, but, you know...
But you got swag.
I guess swag.
Definitely not. No,
not when I say swag.
I've never thought about it like that. Yeah, it's interesting. But yeah, I remember this is guy who's like doing really well at the moment. It's called Odile. He's like an R&B guy. We worked on a few bits together, and I remember him doing that in the studio, and it was just like I had to just not react. He put on a voice essentially when he was just like, let me try some stuff out. And I knew his singing voice. Yeah. And I was like, cool, man. I just like set him up on a mic and he's like, I can't remember what the voice was, but I was just like, this sounds fucking weird. But in the mixer, it sounded so sick because it sounded like a different person. And like, so yeah, I get it.
No, it's kind of cool. There's loads of cool stuff that you're doing. But that's what excites me about drums. If drums and putting a vocal over drums is just really cool.
Yeah, it's the vibe. Someone, side note, in relation to the title of this podcast, which I thought was quite interesting, I thought I'd bring up. Someone referred to me as famous on an email, Yeah.
Hey, famous.
No.
Hey,
It
am
was
I
hey,
famous?
hey, Mr. Famous. No. They said, here we go. So I'm mixing a track for someone, right?
Yeah.
And they sent it through at the start of the month, and I said, I'm going away to Japan. I won't be able to look at this till the end of the month. And they said, okay, no problem, understood. That's what happens when you want to work with famous people. Smiley face. And I thought that was really interesting because they obviously think, to them, I'm famous.
That's what happens when you want to work with famous people.
Yeah.
As in, he wants to work, or they want to.
They
work
want to work with
you.
me, so they're saying, all right, I get it.
Well,
I have to wait
You're
because you're
busy
famous.
because you're famous.
Yeah. But I thought it was really mad because they must
They must think
think
you're
I'm famous.
Or some sort of famous.
Yeah. Am I famous yet? Yep. I am to this person who's paying me to mix their track.
So how did it feel going back on the tone of the podcast?
Yeah.
How did it feel to feel famous for a little bit?
It's amazing. Yeah. So class. And like,
What was it? Was it that you were respected for your craft? Was it that it was just fucking cool just to be important?
yeah.
Whatever important, you know.
I guess a bit of both. And I think because of like, I don't do that many shows,
Yeah.
not as many as I'd like. And that is over the course of the sort of 3 days, that is the most people I played with, played in front of in total. So there was a bit of that. And then, yeah, I think like, you know, the shows themselves were great, very receptive audience. They're like super respectful. So like there was one moment in one of the sets where me and Jay did a song, just me on keys and him on vocals to end the set. And it was literally, this is a room of like 250, 280 people. And it was silent, like every gap. So quiet. But at the same time, if you're trying to get them involved, like, there's a couple of moments where I'll like go like this, like clap my hands above my head. Sorry, it's a podcast. And usually in London, you know, I'll be sort of doing this.
Yeah.
Come on, guys. Maybe
yeah,
5 or 6 in, you'll get a couple of people at the back. Go, yeah, and anyone else? Do you know what I mean? And it's kind of that. It's a bit of a hard sell because everyone's like, I'm not gonna do that. In Japan, honestly, I would do this once. By the time of the second one, they're all
Everyone's doing it.
It's like the maddest thing in the world. They're
so dope,
receptive.
man.
And also one of my favorite things was after both the later shows, me and Jay, and initially the band as well, went upstairs and did like a signing after the show. And we must have been there for an hour, and people are like queuing to get the vinyl, and then they're queuing to come see us. And they were all like so nervous, and like some of them had written their stuff down because they couldn't speak English, being like, people were saying it was the best show they'd ever seen, like all this like mad stuff. And I was just like, this is crazy because I'm here just doing what I love, and they're loving it.
The crazy thing is the difference between UK and that.
Yeah.
Or not even UK, but maybe Western culture. Because I found it during shows, like the last couple of years. Like maybe I do 2 to 3 shows, maybe 4 shows a week. Yeah. And the response of the crowds have been more like they pay to come, or that they come. Yeah. But then they're like, it's not that they don't like the music. Yeah. But there's some sort of, if I had a guitar and a mic 10 years ago, people are like, he's got a guitar and a mic. Like, He is owning whatever this situation is. Yeah. Everyone listens to the guitar and mic man. Yeah. Let him take us on the journey. Yeah. But now it's more like, there's a guitar and a mic. Right, win me over here. What the fuck have you got, dickhead? Yeah. Why are you important? Why do you deserve
and
to
also,
be there?
while you do that, I'm going to have a really loud conversation with my mate because I don't really care.
Yeah. And it's
definitely,
this,
definitely.
I think
different culture.
But yeah, I don't think it's a good or bad thing. Like they have a right to go, why are you there? Like entertain me. Come on, let's do this. Yeah. But at the same time, it makes it so much easier when you don't have to convince them that
that you should be listening
that you should be there. That you worked hard to get there, and if you just let me, I can take you on a really cool journey.
Definitely.
So it's nice that Japan just goes, we trust you.
Yeah, totally. We're buzzing that you're here. Please just do anything.
This is sick. Let's just make the most of this night right here, because obviously we've come to see you and we've paid for a ticket. So I'm going to do what you tell me to do.
For sure. And I do think, as you said when we first spoke about it, there's something to be said for the fact that I am from the other side of the world and I've gone there.
And that's exciting.
They really appreciate that.
Yeah, 100%.
which
Not
is a
just-
win-win.
Yeah, not just me going to Butlins from London.
It was a heck of a show, though, right? You said it was a good laugh a couple of episodes ago.
It is a good laugh.
Yeah.
For like me and the guys on stage.
Yeah.
Because you're looking at some weird ass things, man. Like the last show I played, there was to the right of me there was Just Stop Oil people. Like they were dressed as Just Stop Oil.
Yeah.
So everyone was dressed in different outfits. And you're like, oh, okay. And then in front of them there were like these women dressed as like old women.
Yeah.
With like saggy boobs and stuff like that, which are like smacking it in people's faces, and then you'll just turn to the left and there'll be like Toy Story people, and then just behind them there's Harry Potter walking, but then like they're all fucked out of faces, and then one of the nans, like the people dressed up as the nan, just ran over to this massive pig person.
Oh, this is something that actually
like blown up pig, and just started wrecking into him, and then like smashing her fake boobs, all like the wobbly that came with the outfit.
That sounds chaotic,
fantastic. But I'm there like just singing Lean Back.
Yeah,
no one wants to listen to Lean Back at 4 p.m.
No one wants to lean back. That's for sure. They want to lean in to the scrap.
Well, listen to techno or something. Right, it was. It's just a really interesting gig.
Yeah, sounds.
I'm not going to stop doing them though because they're just really fun.
You? Yeah, I saw an advert on Instagram today.
Was it me at Butlins?
with you struggling to say the word Stroud.
Oh yeah,
which is a weird word. It feels like you're saying it wrong when you say it.
Stroud,
and that's for some hip hop stuff.
Yeah,
coming up.
So we got So recently we done the To Pimp a Butterfly album.
Yeah, how was that?
Mate, so much fun, man. We played a gig in Manchester and it was just so much fun. Everyone knew every word. Like everyone was proper on it. It was just really, really good vibes.
What did you do lyrically? Because last time we spoke about this, I remember because you have to learn a whole album's worth of stuff, and this is
album,
Kendrick
man.
as well, so it's heavy.
We put lots of solos in.
Yeah,
that helped.
Yeah.
But then I had to read from an iPad.
Yeah, I remember you saying about doing that, just having it. You know, you can do it subtly, right?
Yeah, 40% of it I probably read off the iPad, but kind of more because if I messed up a line or I didn't catch the start of a verse, because we're playing to track.
Yes.
Boom.
Yeah.
We have to restart the song, and that's really bad. So I was like, I need the iPad there just in case.
Prompts.
Prompts.
Yeah.
But this guy came for a drink with us after, or we were just in the bar, and he was like, "Oh, well done."
Nice.
And he said, "The iPad," and I was like, "Oh, here we go."
No.
He was like this 19-year-old dude, and he was like, "Yeah, probably wouldn't have used the iPad." And I was like, "Really? Like, I'm not Kendrick.
Yeah.
Beyonce's playing to a stadium, and she's got lyrics at the back.
Yeah,
I'm playing to a 200 a venue. And
of a particularly all his stuff's wordy, right? But like that album, there's just a lot going on. I think in
it's
that
a
album.
melody that you need to remember, rhythm. Changes
rhythm.
and then the lyrics, and it's poetry. Half of it is poetry. It's just it's fantastic, and I learned so much from doing it, and I'm glad I did it. We got a couple more shows coming up, but this hip hop one recently we're doing. So the one in Stroud.
There you go.
Yeah, it took me a while.
Yeah.
Stroud is stand-up hip-hop old school tracks.
Okay, sick.
Yeah. So we've done the set a couple of times, and it's good. It's good fun, man. We do like Tipsy and Biggie Smalls, and
That's dope. Is it? Do you do that one? Is that what you do in London a little bit, or is it that different?
Yeah, we do that, and then
That's
I
the
do
Old
another
Street
set with another band as well. But yeah, mate, it's good. It's really good fun. And although it's cover gigs, I've gone to I've done it for so long now that I've gone to a stage where I get to pick the bands that I want to play in. And
and you're not having to do Valerie and Mr. Brightside, things like that.
Oh, we still do Valerie, but we do it. We do it.
But
fast.
we do it hip hop.
Hip hop in Stroud. Let's go. That video was really funny on social media.
Which one? Oh, the one of
Stroud
you.
one.
Yeah, it's so good, man. Yeah,
so good.
It's so
like our
funny.
agency clipped it together. Me and Steve recorded it, and I had no idea what they were going to do with the footage. So I was like,
it's the edit. The edit's strong on that one.
We downed a quick beer and then got it done, and the edit's amazing. So shout out to the guy at the agency. I don't even know his name, but it's mate, we've been holy shit. I think we've done like 50 minutes.
That's gone so quick, man. I think we should. I really enjoyed it, by the way. We should definitely do this every so often. I think we said that initially anyway, right?
Mate,
but just you and I, because
we catch up. I'll definitely have more things. I feel like I should say sorry about this episode because I wasn't 100% confident in my
Oh, mate,
I
nothing to apologise
felt like
for.
I didn't deserve. I don't know, man. Like,
Nah.
I am an artist,
Yeah.
people. I'm a motherfucking artist.
Yeah.
And just because I'm not making music right now doesn't mean I'm not an artist.
No, exactly. And
do a
also,
lot.
like, that's the whole thing of the podcast is, being super open and honest about everything. And there'll be some months where you're doing, like, a bunch of stuff and I'm doing nothing.
Yep.
Some months where I'm doing a bunch of, like, it doesn't
Yep.
really matter. We're both
And that's
just
okay.
like,
I'm on a journey right now with Lil
Yeah.
Baba, and I need to put
That's
the
important.
family first right
Yeah.
now and make some money
Get some
before I
moolah.
go. Cool, I'm going to write some tracks in the basement.
yeah.
It's all good.
Leave Tanya to it. Yeah.
I got a message before I came now. He was like, "Oh, can you do this date?" And I was like, "It's just like 3 weeks after the baby's been born." Yeah, I can. Don't tell Tanya.
Sign me up.
Yeah, don't tell Tanya.
Yeah.
I got 3 gigs booked in for that weekend. I was like, I need to.
Yeah,
I
man.
Need to
Yeah,
scratch
3
the
weeks
itch, man.
is a good stretch.
I think we got like 3 weeks. 3 weeks having no gigs.
Yeah, of course.
From no, I think it's like a month actually.
That's
So
great.
just so I can be there,
Yeah.
just before the baby arrives, but then also there, and you never know the complications that's going to come with it. And the main thing for me is I just want to be there for Tanya, man.
Yeah.
Like, I just want to be
Sweet,
there.
sweet.
I want to be there.
Yeah, and you will. It's going to be amazing, man.
I can't fucking wait, man.
Hey.
Building that cot and just having a little like baby corner all set up. I'm just like,
that sounds emotional, man. Building a cot.
oh man, it was so lovely.
Yeah. Did you do it together or was it just you?
I really wanted to do it. I did it.
I get that.
I
It's-
got
it's
back
a-
from a Butlins gig and did it.
Yeah. Oh wow. So
Yeah,
it's
I
early
got back
morning
at like
then.
11:30 and it
Yeah.
arrived, and I was like, I can't wait till tomorrow. I want to
Yeah,
build this
yeah,
right now.
yeah.
I'm too excited.
I get that. I get that.
And I like building things anyway, so it was fun. And
Nice.
it just popped up, mate.
Yeah.
Pops up like this, and you're like, oh.
Oh, okay.
And,
Like one of those tents. So you
And
didn't-
Tanya's there like, that doesn't look right. If it was then, I'm like, Tanya, no, I got this.
I've been up for 5 hours doing this.
Yeah.
It's like 4 in the morning. Come and look at the cot.
I'm the husband. I know what I'm doing. Man, build fire.
Man, build cot.
Got like a little baby blanket there and stuff.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
man. So super excited. Tanya's
amazing.
third trimester, man. Difficult.
Jeez.
And it's hot.
Is that a tough one? Yeah. I don't
She
know
is
about
uncomfortable,
trimesters.
bless her.
Is the third one a hard one?
We thought the first one would be the hardest one.
Mm.
Second trimester wasn't too bad. And then, but the third trimester, she's like, all right. I think she told me the other day, she said, it shouldn't be 9 months, 7 months is enough. Yeah. She was like, I have had enough.
Yeah.
This is too much.
7 months. I love that.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Okay, cool. Next episode. So we'll get someone in our next episode.
Yeah.
And then maybe the month
to it.
after we change it back and forth. This is probably just for a conversation for me and you to have
Yeah,
separate
yeah.
off the
We'll
podcast.
figure it out, but we'll
Ed,
keep it going.
Pleasure.
Pleasure, mate. I've
Are
loved
you
it.
famous yet? Nearly.
Getting there.
Pretty much. Feeling it recently, though, people. Feeling it recently.
Feeling it recently.
Till next time.